The Cleveland training ground is absolutely buzzing with energy once again, and you can just feel it in the air. The full team is out on the field, pushing their absolute limits as they get dialed in and prepare for the next big game. And let me tell you, all eyes are laser focused on one position right now, the quarterback spot. After that tough loss last week, Shedeur Sanders is right back where he belongs with the first team, and from the looks of it, he's training harder than he ever has before. From the very first snap he took, Shedeur's presence was just impossible to ignore. His body language, it screamed pure, unshakable confidence. And his throws, they were nothing short of perfection. We're talking sharp, crisp, and hitting the target every single time. This isn't just another practice for him. You can see it's a golden opportunity to prove to everyone, once and for all, that he is the one. The competition for that top spot is incredibly fierce, but Shedeur, he's keeping his cool, completely unfazed. While other guys might crack under this kind of intense pressure, he's making it crystal clear that he belongs in that QB1 conversation. It all kicks off with the basics, the group warm-ups, getting the blood flowing, and the muscles loose. But it's when he moves into those individual drills that things really truly start to heat up. The exact moment Shedeur stepped into those one-on-one drills against the receivers, it became completely obvious that he wasn't just going through the motions like some players do. Not at all. Each and every throw was perfectly placed, a masterclass in precision. It didn't matter if the receiver was running a short route nearby or streaking deep down the field. His accuracy was just flawless. There was absolutely no doubt in his mechanics. No hesitation, no overthinking, just smooth, sharp throws that hit their mark every single time. And here's what's so impressive. He didn't have to depend solely on raw power. Instead, his timing, his finesse, and his deep comprehension of the entire play stood out with every single dropback. Then, when the first-team reps finally came up, that's when Shedeur Sanders really began to set himself worlds apart from the competition. Any lingering doubts that might have existed about his potential were completely wiped away during this part of practice. Every single pass he threw was purposeful. He wasn't just mindlessly launching the ball downfield. Instead, he was meticulously reading the defense, making these incredibly rapid decisions, and delivering the football with pinpoint surgical accuracy. The real jaw-dropper, the play that had everyone's head turning, came when Shedeur unleashed an absolute masterpiece of a throw, with the pocket rapidly closing in around him. He sidestepped the incoming pressure with a quick, agile move, instantly reset his feet like a seasoned pro, and then fired a deep strike down the sideline that landed perfectly into his receiver's hands, in perfect stride, without breaking his run. The timing, the delicate touch, the unbelievable accuracy, it was the textbook definition of a quarterback's highlight reel throw. And he didn't stop there. He just kept it rolling with a whole series of flawless throws that followed. Shedeur was completely in the zone, delivering passes like they were effortless, with each one landing softly and perfectly into his receiver's grasp. Smooth, accurate, and utterly uncatchable. Every pass looked like it was on a mission, zeroing in on its target, and it was clear as day that no defense on earth could have touched these throws. Shedeur's next move was a masterstroke in pure misdirection. As the pocket began to collapse again, he kept his composure, taking a strategic step back to make the defense think they had him trapped. But here's the kicker. Shedeur made a subtle, almost invisible hand movement to fake one way, completely throwing off the defenders and buying himself that crucial extra fraction of a second he needed. When the next throw came, it was somehow even more impressive. Surrounded by defenders, with each one jostling for position, and the pocket closing in tight, Shedeur found himself in an incredibly tough spot. Most quarterbacks would have tried to force a throw or risk taking a big hit, but Shedeur stayed completely unfazed. Instead of panicking or scrambling, he noticed something the defense missed. They were so caught up in the chaos around him that they had lost track of his receiver. With a quick scan of the field, Shedeur saw his man positioned perfectly on the far left, ready to break free. But Shedeur Sanders didn't just rely on his arm. He showcased his incredible footwork and composure under pressure. In the next rep, he found himself in another tight spot with the pocket collapsing and defenders closing in from every angle. There was absolutely no room to make a clean throw. But instead of forcing a pass or taking a sack, Shedeur did something most quarterbacks struggle with in those high-pressure situations. He bought himself time without losing his focus on the play downfield. With pressure coming from all directions, Shedeur remained calm. He quickly assessed the situation, and without a moment of hesitation, pivoted to his left. It wasn't a desperate scramble to escape. It was a calculated, intelligent move to get a better view of the field. By shifting laterally, he cleared the clutter around him, opening up a clear line of sight beyond the chaos. But Shedeur Sanders still wasn't done showcasing his versatility. He took it up another notch, with some sneaky moves that really demonstrated just how well-rounded his game has become. In one particular rep, things took a turn for the completely unexpected, and it left everyone on the field, including the coaches, absolutely stunned. Shedeur received the snap, but instead of firing a throw, he pulled off a move that nobody saw coming. Without a moment's hesitation, he placed the ball directly into the hands of a defensive tackle standing beside him. Yeah, you heard that right, a defensive tackle. It wasn't a mistake or a busted play, it was all part of the plan. The tackle, now with the ball in his hands, took off down the field, weaving through traffic and using his massive momentum to make a run for the end zone. And that wasn't even the end of it. The final rep of the day was a moment that's sure to stick with everyone who witnessed it. Shedeur Sanders was under intense, suffocating pressure. The defense was all over him, closing in from every direction, and it seemed like there was absolutely nowhere for him to go. The pocket was collapsing fast, defenders were flooding in from all sides, and the tension was palpable. It was one of those critical high-stakes moments, where games are won or lost, and this is where Shedeur truly shined. Despite the overwhelming pressure, he didn't lose his cool for a second. He calmly scanned the field, and while his receiver was within range, there was a huge risk involved. A possible interception. The window was incredibly tight, and any tiny mistake could have resulted in a turnover. Shedeur Sanders had an absolutely exceptional day at first-team practice, solidifying his place as QB1 and proving exactly why he's the leader this team needs. From the moment he stepped onto the field, his presence was undeniable. His throws were precise, his decision-making was sharp, and his ability to read the defense was flawless. Every single rep showcased his immense skill and his complete command over the game, confirming that he's more than ready to take on any challenge thrown his way. Under pressure, Shedeur remained calm and collected, effortlessly navigating tight situations and making throws with pinpoint accuracy. His poise and confidence were evident to everyone, proving that he's not just capable, but fully equipped to handle the immense responsibility of being the starting quarterback. With the Cleveland team now turning their focus to the Tennessee Titans, Shedeur is more than ready to lead the charge. His stellar performance in practice has shown that he can handle the heat, and when it's game time, you know he'll bring everything he's got. Shedeur Sanders is locked in, and he's ready to take on the Titans with full force and determination. The stage is set, and Shedeur is ready to shine as QB1 once again. So what do you think? I really want to know your take on this. Can Shedeur Sanders carry this incredible momentum into the game against the Tennessee Titans? Do you believe he's truly fully ready to take on the pressure cooker of being QB1? Or do you think there's still something he needs to prove to you? How do you feel about his performance in practice today? Was it everything you expected to see? Or did he completely exceed your expectations? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below. Let's talk about Shedeur's readiness and what you think he'll bring to the field this week.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey,